Hey everybody, welcome back to Chakra Healings. I have a special guest speaker on today. This is Daryl. Thanks for
Hello, everybody.
Thanks for coming out. So today, guys, like a really good topic we thought would be important to talk about is like the importance of routine and what else were we saying, like choices.
And consistency.
Yeah. So we want to get into that, and I'm going to start off just reading from my book, like always, Thriving as an Empath, 365 Days of Self-Care for Sensitive People. So today's message is making mistakes. We all make mistakes. None of us is perfect. Sometimes people try their best, but still the situation turns out poorly. Others may not put their all into a project and an error occurs. When dealing with when dealing with others' slip-ups, evaluate each situation individually to determine the right response. My Teois teacher says that when people make mistakes, lift them up rather than beating them. Getting angry with someone or putting them down will most likely cause them to feel ashamed and unmotivated to please you. If you're truly seeking a remedy, be kind and work with the person so they give you what you need. Be solution-oriented, don't hold a grudge. It tells you a lot about someone's character when they take responsibility for a blunder and want to correct it. However, if they just give excuses, becoming hostile and defensive, or slough off the problem, perhaps you will need to lower your expectations or simply refrain from engaging with them in the future. If you make a misstep, remedy it with actions and amends, but always be compassionate with yourself. In a more cosmic sense, how you treat yourself is more important than the error you made. If you view mistakes as spiritual lessons, they can offer you opportunities to grow more generous in spirit and to learn compassion. So set your intention. I will have mercy on myself if I make a mistake and give others a chance to remedy their own errors.
Like that.
Yeah, I feel like that was like a good message.
Solution oriented. I never heard that before.
Yeah, I really like this book. It's helpful. So yeah, I guess let's get into the topic. What should we talk about first? Like choices.
Choices.
Yeah.
I think I think the choices you make are like essential. Essentially, like it dictates your outcome.
Yeah.
So, from the time you wake up in the morning, like the choices you make, I think you always got to make another choice because of a choice.
Yeah.
And I try to focus on that. Just like in recovery, we say, take it one day at a time.
Yeah,
or like
exactly.
Take it 1 minute at a time.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I try to remind everybody, because I get that way too. Like your brain will get all jumbled, and then you're like, I have to do this, and this, and it's just like one day at a time, one task at a time, and it's definitely
like not getting too far ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Or setting goals, and I spoke about this on my page like maybe a week ago. Setting goals, but then in your mind, once you set the goal, you're like already at the goal.
Yeah.
And then thinking about being at the goal, you get discouraged because once you start, you're nowhere near there.
Yeah.
So
that's how I get it. It's like you want everything right away, and it's like we forget that it's a journey to get, to get to where you want to be. But I think choices are important, and we all make mistakes in life, but it's how we grow from those mistakes and do something different, make better choices. And then what else were we saying? Routine
and consistency.
And consistency is like, what do they say? Consistency is key.
Consistency with the choices also is like repetition. So you think if you come from making bad choices, you probably went down, had a stint where you made a ton of bad choices. I know I have.
Yeah, me too.
So you get in the rhythm of making the bad choices because that's how you live it, right? But then when you decide to take a stance and change your life, you got to make a different set of choices on the other side of the fence, right? So it's like you still, just like muscle memory, you got consistency, repetition, in order to continue making those types of decisions or choices. Repetition is important. So staying consistent, like you said, is key.
Yeah. No, that's what I've learned too, because like that was what I always struggled with. Like that was like my biggest struggle, was not staying consistent with things. And that's why, like, even with this podcast, I try to make sure I at least put an episode out once a week, or if something happens, you know, at least every other week. And because when you fall off with things, that's when you start getting depressed in your head. And but that's something I struggled with. And like, even like as a kid, you know, doing sports, and then just like I would start things but never finish them. And now I try to like promise to myself that I will stay consistent with things, and having a routine every day helps me. Like I have a little whiteboard in my bedroom, and I write out every night what my routine is for the next day, so that I get everything done. And I'll pick different tasks for each day of the week, so I'm not overwhelming myself. It's like, all right, Monday I'm gonna go to the bank, Tuesday, you know, whatever it is, Tuesday grocery shopping, and it helps having a routine every day. So you have your day planned.
I was just about to say that when you said something about your whiteboard. I think that's important, because you don't want to put too much on your plate. I've done that a lot.
Me too. And then you get overwhelmed, or like I'm just waking up like, what am I doing today? Like when I figure it out the night before and I write it out, it just makes the day go smoother, because it's like, all right, I know what my plans are for today. You know, like just writing things out really does help, like writing it out.
I really do have to keep it simple. I'm like, it reminds me of people, like, you know, when you haven't worked out in a while, because I've had my
I'm slacking this week.
My times like that. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna start working out. But when you go to the gym, the first thing you do is go crazy in the gym and do this and do that.
And that's what I do too. But that's another thing I struggle with, staying consistent with. Like I'll do good for a couple weeks, and then it's like there's just life. There's so much going on, and then I get home and I'm like, I'm tired of like working out. But like I know that if I want to get to where I want to be in this like weight loss journey, I have to. Like, I really should be doing something every day. You can just go for a walk. You know, they say, just burning any kind of cardio.
But as long as it's in your mind too, I think that as far as the gym goes and exercise and stuff like that, I think that you're on the right path if you get home, you don't do it, and you feel bad about it. I have been, because this week it's just been so much going on that I haven't found the time, because like I'll be getting home like 8 o'clock at night, like because I've been doing a lot this week after work, and then I'm like, I'm so tired, like I burn out. But like you know, when you're running around doing things, at least you're walking. Working some kind of cardio. Like I usually am like on my feet a lot, so that's good at least. But like I would just, you know, even if it's like a 10-minute workout, like I would just like to at least do one thing every day. And I haven't got there yet, but the goal is to get to that. 10 minutes is good. 10 minutes is good. Movement is medicine. Always remember that.
No, definitely. And like nobody feels like working out, but after you do it, you feel so much
better.
But you feel good. You feel those like natural like endorphins. So for anybody out there listening, just do your best to like stay consistent, and you know, have goals and have visions, and have plans, you know.
There's a lady who she comes into the gym all the time. She was afraid to come into the gym. It's a crazy story. She was like, I sat in the parking lot for over an hour. She got anxiety real bad, and she was like, you know, I wanted to come into the gym. I finally just walked in. She walked in, I was the first person she seen. She was kind of just standing there. And this go back to choices. It was a choice she made, and it came with other choices. So she came in, and she just said, well, you said like 10 minutes, just give yourself a little bit of time every day. And I told her, you know, just come in. Even if you come in and just talk to me, or you just come in and just touch a machine and press some buttons, get used to coming in first, the consistency. And then it'll compound with interest, like I always say. Like it'll start to add up. As long as you're staying consistent and making the right choices, they'll come with other right choices you gotta make. And since then, she's been in the gym every single day.
Oh, that's good.
Every single day. And every time I see her, it makes me happy seeing her walk in the gym, because she came from walking into the front door like in freezing. So.
No, I remember there was a time where I did that, because I was just so worried, because like I just remembered like being a kid, like in sports and then like gym class, like when I got heavy, like kids just were so mean. I think that's a big reason why I gave up on sports and stuff, because kids would pick on me for my weight, and That's why I was so scared to go to the gym for a while, because I'm scared people are gonna look at me like and
You
judge
still
me.
had that same fear from when you were a
Yeah,
kid.
but then when I started going in the gym, I realized like, oh, these people are actually like supportive. Like,
Yeah.
people will come up to you, they want to help you, trainers and stuff. So like now I'm comfortable in the gym, and if somebody's looking at me, I don't even give a shit
Yeah.
anymore.
You
But
should.
it took a while to get past that.
Yeah, those fears that we develop as children and insecurities as children, they stick with us. Even as
Oh,
grown
yeah.
men too, they
Yeah.
stick with us. We find a way to like
Yeah,
mask them in some sort of way. But I'm glad you were able to get past it and go in the gym, because those same kids who were probably mean have matured now, and
yeah,
grown people, they understand like
yeah,
this is a journey.
exactly. Yeah, and like we have to be in the gym if you want,
Yeah.
to get where you want to be. That'd be another good episode to talk about too. Fears.
Yeah, fears.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I
I
think
can talk about that a lot.
everything we do is driven by fear to
Yeah,
a certain degree. Like, you work hard so you can have money to pay your bills.
yeah,
Everybody's afraid of being broke or being homeless.
exactly.
So it's like,
Yep.
I think fear driven, but it could be healthy at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't want to forget anybody's name, because at all ends, it was like one of the pivotal moments in my life being there. So this was, I'm gonna just say, one of the counselors.
Yeah.
One of the counselors used to always say, being close to your relapse, being close to the relapse keeps you grinding a little harder to stay sober, opposed to like when you get too far away from it. So like that fear, I think the fear of being back in that situation keeps people sober, along with meetings and sponsors and things of that nature.
Yeah. No, I think that's a big thing that keeps me away too, because like for a while, like when I was struggling like with drugs, like when you're in it, it's like hard to get out. But then like once you get like enough time, like once I got like a year, the cravings start to die down, and you do get back to the point where you're scared. It's like, oh shit, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
I'm scared, and I think that's what's kept me away, from what I was doing for so long. Like I'll still get drug dreams every once in a blue moon, but I'm like, no, absolutely not, because I never want to go back to where I was. Like I have too much good in life now to lose that, to ever go back to that.
I think
it does help.
Always need constant reminders too, because it's easy to, I mean, as long as you got like everything in place is good, like your surroundings, your people, it's kind of, it's hard for you to kind of fall off. It's harder to fall off than if you didn't have those things. But I think it's always good to have a constant reminder.
Yeah, and that all ties in with choices. Like sometimes, like in life, like we don't like change, but we have to make choices to better our lives. Like like in sobriety or just anything in life, if you're trying to get somewhere or get better, like you have to make choices to cut out certain people or certain situations, certain places, and like all that is necessary to make those choices and those changes to get where you need to be. Because people can hold us back in life too. And I allowed that for so long, like being a people pleaser, you know what I mean? Like just like I remember being a kid, like I was like scared to even drink or anything for the first time, but like people I was surrounded by, that's what they were doing, and like that's what you got to do to be cool. And in high school, so I did things like for other people, and we just have to. We can't follow other people. We have to learn, like listen to the intuition, and
we've all been impressionable in school.
Yeah.
And some of us are impressionable now. To go back to what you were saying about like choices and people being afraid to make changes, and that's a thing. Without change is no growth. And I think, like I know with me, changing came with accountability.
Yeah.
So it's like,
no, definitely, it's important.
Yeah, part of me that you want to change, but you want to change what you want to change. Sometimes it's like, all right, I want to change this, and this, but I want to keep this the same, because if I change this, then you're gonna hold me accountable to stay consistent with that, So
I get that.
That was the hard part for me.
Yeah, I still struggle with that one.
Yeah, some of the things you still want to do.
Yeah, because I'm stubborn and I don't like people like telling me what to do, and But we learn it in time. You know what I mean?
You said you stubborn. I wouldn't get. I would never I would never get that from knowing you that you.
Yeah. I mean, I can be.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
all can be there to a certain degree, especially when we've done something for like so long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would say like just like with certain like sponsors have had in the past, it not working out because I don't want to listen to certain things or if I have different beliefs, just stuff like that.
I was gonna ask you that the book
Yeah.
you just read from, was that book? Is that what is the? You got NA, AA, and then you got the
See,
no, yeah, you got the CA, but then there's another one,
Dharma.
Dharma. Yeah,
Oh no,
is
I
that from there?
don't. No, but it kind of goes along with it because this. It's like a very spiritual book.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I heard when you were reading it. I was like, wait,
Yeah, it's all about like that kind of stuff, like all spirituality. This book. So yeah, they should read this in Dharma.
and you read that daily?
Yeah, I mean, not every day. I've been reading it a lot in the podcast, but I should. But I do always try to like remember to go check what the message is.
Yeah.
And then I have another one that I read every day by Joyce Myers. It's like a more like God one.
Joyce Myers is the lady who preaches on the
Yeah.
stage, right?
Yeah, I have some of her books.
She is. It's crazy you say her name because I remember her from when I was like 17 years old. I was locked up and I was away doing time, but I remember she used to come on like every Sunday.
Yeah.
Now I'm not Christian, but I used to watch her still.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just learned about her like a couple years ago. My boyfriend's mom listens to her, so she showed me her and she gave me one of her books to read, The Battlefield of the Mind, but I have to read it.
And she's
Haven't
been
read it
through a
yet.
lot.
She has.
Yeah.
And it took her like up until, what did she say, like her 50s, like her 50s or 60s to finally get it because she was like, she wasn't happy for so long.
Yeah, she's been consistent for a long time.
Yeah.
She's been around for a long time. I've seen her recently still on television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I listen to her on Spotify sometimes, and like even certain things that I don't want to do, I have her in my brain, like putting just little things, putting the cart back. You have to go grocery shopping. Now I heard her, she was talking about how you should do that and, put things back in the right aisles. And now anytime, like if I don't feel like putting the cart back, I'm like, I have to.
Yeah. It's the little things, I think,
Yeah.
like the choices.
Yeah.
I think they build
just
up.
little stuff like that.
Yeah, it builds your decision, like your decision making strength. You
Yeah.
get strong in your decision making by the choices you make every day.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's never too late to make different choices.
Yeah.
So if there's changes, anybody listening that you need to make, like just remember if you messed up yesterday, it's not too late to start over
Absolutely not.
today.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
We tend to think that walls
Yeah.
closing, but it's not.
That's why I would do like a lot of groups on like the 4 agreements, because I really like that book because it explains that like as humans, like for one mistake we'll punish ourselves like over 1,000 times. And
Sounds
it's like
me.
yeah, well, me too. And we're supposed to make mistakes in life because it's all about how we grow from them. And we just have to remind ourselves that like life's a journey and we're here to like learn lessons,
Yeah.
And so yeah.
I think being self-aware is important too.
Yeah, definitely.
Because once you start to know yourself, it's like when I'm going through something, I literally know what I'm doing while I'm doing it. Like I know that I'm panicking while I'm panicking.
Yeah.
And it was a time where I didn't know. It was a time where I would be panicking and thought that my feathers would just maybe ruffle because of the situation going on. But it's like once you, like going to All Ins and getting the therapeutic part of the message, it's like I literally know when it's going on. I know like what's happening with me. I might can't stop it right at that moment, but I'm still aware like, I'm my anxiety, I'm triggered.
Yeah.
This or that. It's like I know what it is, but I'm still working on catching it early.
Yeah.
Being able to make a better decision, like instead of like 5 minutes into it. Sometimes it's an hour into it, but I'm still aware of what's going on. I think that's important.
Yeah. No, definitely. I feel like even just like working there, like I've learned a lot because like I remember like because I do get anxiety sometimes, and I remember when there was a time where like I had tasks added on and I would get so stressed out because I'm like, I'm doing intakes, but then there's these other things I have to do and I'm like, how's it gonna get done? And they're like, just relax, it'll get done when it gets done. And I started realizing as time went on, now you don't see me running around there freaking out, stressing out, because I know that if it's a busy day and stuff isn't getting done, it will get done before the end of the week. And that's something I've learned. Like, everything eventually gets done, and now I don't stress or freak out as much. Like, if it's a busy day or a busy week, okay, some things have to get pushed off, and that's okay, because it will all get done eventually, and it's okay to ask for it. Because that's another one I struggle with, asking for help.
Yeah.
Even at work, like, I really don't like asking, you know.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I just I feel like I have to do everything on my own. Like, and I'm like, well, they're busy. They're doing other things.
Yeah, that's why I asked that.
I'm like,
I can do it myself, or is it,
yeah,
I don't want to bother.
But I'm learning that I can. Like, today, for example, like, I had a client, you know, in my office, and we were doing something, and then, you know, massage therapist came in. She needed to know where to go, and I'm like, I have a client on the phone with the insurance company waiting. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I need to go help him. So I went and, you know, I asked some of my coworkers, I said, hey, can you go show her what room?
Yeah.
And they helped me, you know, and I appreciated it, because, you know, like, obviously I'm usually the one that does it, but like, I was already in the middle of doing something else. So it was like, it was okay. Like, and I didn't feel bad about it. I'm like, you know what? Like, I help them, and they can help me. Like, cause I do. I'm always the one when there's free time, like, trying to help and do other things if I can, you know.
So you were able to go and make the request unapologetically. It's like,
yeah,
I need your help.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, not like, I need your help, and then the follow up behind it.
Yeah, because that's what I'll do. I always have to explain myself. That's what I used to do with them. Can you do this? Because I have to do this, and I realized, like, you don't have to explain yourself to people. Like, it's just like, hey, can you help me out? Can you do this favor?
Yeah.
And I think it just took time of getting, like, comfortable with the job and comfortable with the people I was surrounded by, and realizing that, you know, they do want to help too, just as much as I do.
Yeah.
So it is nice to not over explain, because I used to do that all the time. Like, even the therapist, when I did something like, Kat, you don't have to do that with us.
It's like because in the end, I know me personally, I've been that way before, and don't get me wrong, sometimes I still may do that.
Oh yeah, me
but
too.
I try to stay
Especially
aware.
with new people.
Yeah.
Like, new people you meet, you feel like nervous, like you have to or something. Like, with me, anyway.
Yeah, and now I just try to, like, I try to stay on top of it, because it may just be me, but after I do the over explaining and I walk away, the fact that I'm aware that I don't have to do that, I walk away like, why the hell did I just say all the extra stuff?
Yeah,
like,
me too. It's like, I'm just pointless. Like, yeah, I get that. Because I've done that many times, and like, you don't have to do that here. So something they helped me with, like, when I first came in working there, like, you really need to work on your confidence and being more, what was it, like, stern. And
assertive.
Yeah, and it's been a year since that last review, and I just went for my other review in June, and my boss was like, I have nothing to tell you that you need to work on. She's like, because I already see you worked on it.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, I see your confidence built, and I see you being more stern with people, you know, and like, so it was nice to hear that, because it's like, okay, other people see that I'm getting better too. It's not, you know, I actually am making improvements. But it definitely helps working in the middle, you know, because I'm surrounded by therapists and people that care. So it's like, it's nice. I'm like, this is the best job I ever had in my, and that's why I'm in school, to be a therapist. And it might take a while.
You'll make a great therapist.
Thank you. It might take a while, but like, I know, like, now that I'm working in this field, I'm like, this is what I want to do. Like, I enjoy going to work. I enjoy making friends, you know, meeting clients and people who have the same kind of brain as me, and we can connect, and, you know, it's nice. You meet people from all over. And it's cool.
I think empathy is important. So you definitely empathize. The first day I met you, you gave me a watch charger.
Oh, I forgot about that. I know it took me a minute to bring it in, but
it was like a few days, but I still got it, and I was like, yeah, I appreciate that. And then you didn't. It was like somebody else's, and you was like, no, just keep it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you sure? He was like, yeah. So that was like our first encounter.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I remember that.
Yeah, you'll make a great therapist, because I think the empathy level is like super high.
Yeah, I feel like when you're in that kind of field, you have to, like, you know, actually care about people, and that's what I like about All In, because like, people, they care. Yeah. You know.
I never knew coming into All In, this was the biggest. This was the biggest to me that I realized that, or they. Let me in on the fact that not everybody who worked there, but majority of the people who work there are in recovery.
Yeah, there is a lot.
I didn't know that. I thought that I
Yeah.
came to the center. I thought everybody was. You see, you know how we always use the word normal.
Yeah.
I thought everybody else was normal, and just me and the other people who were part of the program, we were there to get help. But when people start saying, "I'm this many years clean, this many," years, I was like, "Wait, what?" Then I started asking, and I'm like, "What? Him too? Her too?"
Yeah.
And that's when it started to become like, I'm like, oh, yeah. That's when it changed for me, when I realized that right there.
Yeah, that's how I felt like when I was in Florida. Here we have obviously everybody helped me there. I had some amazing therapists, but some of the people that helped me so much was the techs there who had been through it. You know, they were like therapists to me too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I met a lot of amazing people at that program.
Yeah, that made a difference to me, because I was like, damn. They know exactly where I'm at. It wasn't like I was just in there dealing with some people who had no experience on what I was going through. Once I learned that, I kind of was able to relax a little bit.
Yeah, it helps. Yeah.
Then my therapist, when I learned that the therapist was in recovery too, that's what I'm like,
oh yeah, some of them are.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that a lot. Like where I was at was mostly like the techs, but there was a couple therapists.
You went in Florida?
Yeah.
Where was the same program, or just in Florida?
No, it was called Stepping Stones in
Oh.
Jacksonville. Yeah. This was years ago, but had I known about all that, I probably went there. But I don't even know if they were around yet, because that was years ago. I was like 19.
Okay.
But it was a good program. It was similar to All In. Like,
Yeah, all
it was
this
a nice
changed
one.
my life.
Yeah.
Like really changed. It changed my my life, by my outlook, which in,
Yeah.
like I was like, wait. That's why I didn't want to leave. I'm like, I'm staying.
No, it was the best thing to happen to me, and it's crazy because I remember when I first got offered the job. Like this was when I was working in customer service for a while, because I did the whole medical assistant thing, but it just wasn't for me. And then after the doctor's office I worked for got shut down, I just kind of just got in customer service for a while, and I was like, I feel like I'm meant to do more than this.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm meant to, and I started thinking, I was like, I remember when I was in rehab how much I enjoyed being surrounded with those people and the people I met there. So I was like, I don't have any experience besides like going through it myself, which is all the
that's
experience.
enough.
And I started applying, and I started praying and meditating with crystals, and 2 days later I got the call and got the job offer for All In, and my family was nervous. They're like, well, because I started off as a tech, they're like, what if you see drugs or something happens? And I almost turned it down because I was scared of the fear of change, and and then my boyfriend was like, what if this could be the best thing to happen to you? What if you're gonna help so many people? Why don't you give it a chance? And I'm so glad he said that, because I told him I wasn't gonna take it, and then 2 days, and then I called back. I'm like, can I please still have the job? And they're like, yeah, come in, and it's been the best thing to ever happen to me.
The choices.
Yeah, and I'm so glad I made a different choice instead of because I was working from home at the job I was at, so I was real comfortable at home, but it was and I just I did love working from home. But the thing was, I think before, the reason I didn't like going into work, because it was never jobs that was enjoyable for me. It was never jobs that made me feel like I was living my purpose. And now, I work from home's great, but I love what I do, and I want to continue. So.
With that choice, you made a choice, and then you had to make other choices. And
Yeah.
then you in school.
And I prayed about it too. And what happened was, I prayed to God, am I making the right decision? Do I take this job? And I had a dream. And there's very rarely times where I have a dream and remember. And in the dream, I was in a rehab setting. I was a counselor. And once I had that dream, I knew, I was like, this is my purpose, because I prayed to him about my purpose for years, but I think for the longest time, he wasn't giving, because I was so messed up on drugs and all, you know what I mean? Once I got my life together, that's when it all
And that was vivid. You had the dream soon after you prayed?
Yeah. I was outside, and I had clients surrounded by me, and it was like I was in Florida, at my program, and I was just like, okay, so
you're in the right
this
place.
This is what you God wants me to do. I'm gonna take this job.
And that's what I mean by I'll get a scenario what you just said. You made a decision. Boyfriend was able to help you see that this could go right.
Yeah.
And then you made one decision that's entailed many other positive decisions.
Yeah.
Now you're in school. like you said, you got your evaluation.
Yeah.
Things were better because you made decisions. You made another decision to just ask for help.
And
Like,
it's
hey, can you
helped
do?
me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, like right before I got the job, like I didn't have a whole lot of clean time. Like, because the last time I got high was like during COVID.
Mhm.
I was only 3 months clean when I got pregnant, and certain things happened, and I relapsed in my pregnancy. But I got help right away, and she didn't come out addicted or anything. And
That's a
then
blessing.
I had her for like. I got to work home for like the first 6 months to a year, and then that's when I got the job at All In. But like I was like going through some things at that time, and I was having cravings, and I'm telling you, ever since I had this job, not one, you know what I mean? Like I think God put me there like to keep me around the right people,
Yeah.
because I wasn't going to meetings or anything. I wasn't surrounded. I ran away from that stuff for a long time, and now I'm surrounded by it every day.
Like you can't even escape it if you wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
The
So
lingo, everything. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, because all my recovery was in Florida. So when I got back to Jersey, I just kind of fell off. Like but now I have connections here. So
God said, I mean, not verbatim, but it sounds like me paraphrasing. He said, listen, okay, if you can't, if this right here is distracting, I'm gonna put you in a place where it's gonna be a part of your life.
Yeah. And I'm glad he did that. I thank him every day. I'm like, thank you. Like I love what I do. And just like communicating with people, interacting, it doesn't even feel like work sometimes. Like, there's some tasks
Then people need you every day. I see people at the desk. I used to wait for you up there.
Yeah, they always come
I
hang
need
out.
this or I need that.
Yeah, now I'll be so busy in my office sometimes, but Mike takes over.
Yeah, sometimes I used to walk around like, where's Kat? Or I'll just stay right at the desk and I'm like, I think she's in her office, man. But I've been waiting for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Sometimes Mike will be up there helping me out. I'm like, you're my helper. He'll be up there giving the snacks out and stuff.
I'm giving people a hard time. He be giving people a hard time.
He does.
He always give me a hard time.
Oh yeah.
He's a cool guy though.
He is. He's awesome. He's definitely helped me a lot along my journey. I got rebaptized at his church.
Oh yeah.
My best friend. Yeah.
Is his church in Philadelphia?
No, it's in Berlin, New Jersey. It's
Oh.
near you. Not far from you where you're at.
I saw him there before, and at the red, white, and blue.
It's called the Christian Harvest
Thrift
Worship
store.
Center.
Is it thrift store?
Oh yeah, he's always there.
I came out of there before, and he was coming in there.
That's his. Oh yeah, he's always there. He loves thrifting. I want to start thrifting more.
Yeah, that store right there is like I love
Yeah,
that
you
store.
can get some really good finds in a thrift store. Like Olivia was showing me at work. I had like Victoria's Secret duffel bag. She's like, yeah, $6. It was brand new. I said, oh girl,
and
thank
if you
you.
shop,
I gotta get in there.
If you shop there for winter clothes in the summer, super cheap. If you shop there for summer clothes in the winter, super cheap.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. Definitely gotta check it out. But I think we're getting towards the end of the episode. Anybody listening, I hope we're able to help. And if anybody's struggling, listening needs like a listening ear, reach out. I have a Instagram for my podcast. If you guys have any questions, topics, ideas, please message me with questions. The goal of this channel is like to help people. I want it to be like a free mental health system. Like people that can't afford like therapy or don't have insurance. Like there's other people who have been through things and who can help. So reach out. The podcast is it's Kathleen KATHLEEN _Rose ROSEXO. So reach out, guys, and Daryl, thank you so much for getting on today's episode.
Of course.
Hope to have you on more episodes. We should do one on exercise, the importance of it. I know you could talk a lot about that
all day.
So yeah, definitely expect to see Daryl more, and I hope everybody has a great weekend.
We'll see y'all later. Have a good positive conversation. This is my first positive conversation for today. Not that I had negative ones, but I think it's important to have a positive conversation every day.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It really does help. That's why I like listening to like motivational speakers. So you guys just make different choices and
be
make
consistent.
changes. Yeah, be consistent. It's important. Thank you.